I'm going to cover 4 ways that you can start doing soul searching. How can you, in a very kind and patient way, can go within and start this inner work, this key, like very key first stage, I would say, of spiritual awakening, but in a way that is not overwhelming and that is not scary. Is not scary, yeah, for you. Soul searching is about filling your own cup, filling up your own cup with self-love, with self-acceptance, with self-trust, and prioritizing the needs of yourself before others. And I know this might sound a bit selfish, but it's not. Because if you don't put the oxygen mask in yourself first, you will not be fit to help the other people around you. If you're feeling very empty and very drained and very negative, you're not going to be able to be positive and be supportive to those around you. So prioritizing your own needs and prioritizing your emotions before other people is actually a gift and is not at all selfish. Because soul searching is about creating balance in your life. For example, between your work life and your family life. For example, between giving yourself to others, but also giving yourself to yourself. Because most times, especially if you are a mom, especially if you are an empath, especially if you work on the healing modalities, if you are a nurse, if you are a healer, if you are a spiritual guide, all those kind of things, you are used to be there for others first and put other people first. And then if you have time, if you have energy, then you look after yourself. But it's about finding the balance between those two things. It's about nurturing yourself, giving yourself love and attention, and looking after your well-being, and balancing that with looking after others or supporting others and their well-being too. It's not giving all to others. It's not about being just for yourself. It's about balancing these two sides of the scale. Being able to feel your soul can be simply as setting a boundary, for example, with another person, or preserving your energy by embracing conscious intentions that will support your well-being, is remembering and understanding, for example, that saying no, it's a complete sentence, and it doesn't mean that you love someone less just because you say no. It just means that you are preserving your energy, preserving your needs, your emotions, and respecting yourself, right? It's about creating healthy boundaries, not defensiveness boundaries, but healthy boundaries between you and other people, so you are in a better state of well-being, not only for yourself, but then for others as well. And ultimately, searching for meaning in life coincides with how to find yourself spiritually, right? By looking deep within yourself and recognizing not only what makes you happy now, but also what aspects of life and yourself you need to shed in order to find yourself. Because sometimes it's all about shedding. I believe that when we go into a soul searching journey and you start this spiritual awakening and really trying to find who we are and finding our ways and ourselves in terms of spirituality, the first thing is about shedding. The first step is all about letting go of who you think you are, letting go of all the conditioning, letting go of beliefs that most times are not your own. They were imprinted in you through the culture, the country you were born in, through society, through the parenting you had. But it doesn't really belong to you. And it's about shedding all of that. Imagine a snake that they have through certain seasons, they share their old skin, right? And they get this new skin that's much healthy. You need to do that in order to become healthier in terms of connection with your spirituality, in terms of being emotionally intelligent. And also we know that all of these things affect our moods and our physical health. So in order to become healthier, brighter, joyful, we need to let go of the things that don't longer serve us, that are weighing us down, that we believe is true, but it's not really. So it's about shedding everything. That's my belief. But also, finding yourself through soul searching requires motivation, right? Requires diligence and excitement. It's about that feeling of being open with curiosity. Like, this is intriguing. Okay, I'm feeling a bit funny. Something here is like feels funny. Like the energy feels funny, or I'm feeling a bit triggered. I feel like this contraction. What is this? Instead of, I don't want to feel this, it's about being curious. Okay, it's intriguing. Okay, that's interesting. Let me have a look. Let me find out. Let me become excited about what I'm going to discover here. Because in order to know what your soul is, you kind of need to get the knowledge about what's going on in your life, about what is it really that you're feeling. And also, what does it mean to you to know your soul? Is it the knowledge that you have? Is it the relationships that you have built with others and with yourself? Is it how you feel inside of you? What does it mean to you to find yourself? And I think this is a really key soul inquiry that can propel you to just let the script flow and channel what really is this curiosity to know and to find yourself at a soul level and what it means to you, to your life right now, to find yourself, to find the truth of your soul. Okay? Isn't that beautiful? Beginning the journey of searching for something lost should start with taking some sort of inventory, right, of the things that you already found about yourself, but also things that you're not really aware that they're there, they've been always there, but you, up until this point, you were never curious enough to look into it. And when searching for something inside of you, is really good to start with the foundations of who you are, how you perceive yourself, and your version of soul's meaning, which in itself ignites searching for meaning in your own life, but also it might differ a lot from what other people say that soul meaning is. What's important is what resonates with you and what aligns with you. You get to get information, you get to read, to get informed about all of these things, and then tune in with yourself and feel what is true to you. What is it true to me about what it means soul, to find my soul? What is my version of soul's meaning? So now that I kind of recap a little bit what soul meaning is, I will go ahead and tell you a sequence of 4 ways that you can start diving into this soul searching journey. That is simple, is not too complicated, is not overwhelming, and it's just a few steps that you can take every day or with some sort of consistency that will open up this book. Because it's like you're getting a new book and you're reading the chapters. As you read the chapters, you find something new. And then, do you know when you're reading a book and one chapter finishes, but it's like getting you so curious about what's going to happen next that you just can't stop reading there? Oh, now I have to find out what's happening. So going into a soul searching journey is the same thing. I find that for myself, like every time I find something new about myself, and that curiosity just starts firing up inside of me. I'm like, okay, I want to know more about this. Let's dive in. Let's find out. And then it's just like the universe understands that you are open to it. And all of a sudden, you start noticing synchronicities, repeated numbers. You start repeated animals. Like for me lately, tigers are showing up everywhere again. And I know that the tiger is my spiritual guide. But I think the last time I had this sequence of tigers showing up everywhere was back in 2020. So for like 3 years, it hasn't been that much. So, and now I'm curious to look back and see what is the support, what is the tiger medicine, what is the thing that now I have to lean more into, perhaps to help in this phase of my life. Maybe something is going to happen. And then again, it's not only synchronicity, it's like dreams. All of a sudden, you realize like, oh, I normally sleep and I don't remember any of my dreams waking up. And then you do. And then there is like a phase that you just woke up and you remember bits of your dream. And then throughout the day, there is always like a symbol or two that keep showing up like to you. It comes to the forefront of your mind. And you're like, I keep remembering this. What is this? And then you just get curious and you go look for the meaning. Maybe read a book about it or go on Google and start looking into it, or send a message to someone that maybe might know something about it. And that is just the universe sending you nudges. And when you are open to it, you're just like, okay, you got my attention now. Let me get curious. But every day, if you do these little things, it comes he opens the gate for it, which I found really incredible. And I'm all in love about these things. It just really fires me up. So, 4 ways that you can start embarking on a soul searching journey. Number one, you can start by listing all the superficial aspects that you know about yourself. Yeah, all the things that you've been told or you have thought about yourself growing up. And when I say superficial, is like your physical attributes, your materialistic likes. And when I say materialistic, it's not in a bad sense. It's like, what are the things that you like? I like a cup of coffee, an espresso to be very specific. I like to have my espresso in the morning, for example. And I love a specific sandal, like Clark's sandals that I have. Every time I wear those, I feel confident in myself and I feel beautiful. Like things like that. For example, what's your favorite color? What is the clothing styles that you like? What is the food that you like to eat? And maybe you treat yourself with. What is there like any designer bags that you like? Is there like a specific thing that you like to do as a hobby that maybe some people don't understand? Materialistic. For me, lately, crystals. Things like when you were a child, things that you know that you liked, like reading books from a specific author, or things about yourself, like, oh, I always like the way my eyes look. Like, this is an example, right? Like the colors of my eyes, or how my body shape is, or my hands, or things like that. That are superficial, but the important thing is things that you always known, aspects of you that you've always known about yourself. This is the first step. And then we move to a more intense list. And in this intense list, it explores facts about your inner self rather than what is outside of you, the things that you can look in the mirror, the things that you can get or buy or have that makes you feel in a certain way. That's the first step. The second step is about your inner self. So, hopes, dreams, fears, core values, ideals, passions, even your mission or what you believe it is your calling. This is a specific list. So, all the values that you live by: love, freedom, respect, integrity, honesty, truth, creativity. Create a list of these things. You can even do like a chart table and you can put like values, list of the values that you live by or that you are really important to you. And then dreams. What are the dreams you've always had? Like, I've always had this dream to go and visit Cairo in Egypt. I haven't yet. Hopefully I will before I die. But it's a dream that I have. What's a hope? List your hopes. Things that you hope to achieve in your lifetime. Things that you hope to grow from or to evolve on. Like things like that. Passions. List all the things that lights you up. This is a list of that's more intense. That's why we start with the more superficial, easier things, because normally things that we hear about ourselves, right? It's like the feedback that we get from other people. Oh, you're very good at organizing. Oh, you're so creative. Oh, you have such a nice body. Like, you're so pretty. Oh, I love your hair, how you have this curly hair. things that you normally hear from people, attributes, aspects that people, you get the feedback from, and even from yourself, but it's like it's easier to spot. It doesn't bring too much resistance. And then we move to the inner self part that brings a little more resistance, because when we think about our values, our passions, our dreams, we feel like, oh, I don't know. Your skills, that's another one. It's a very powerful one, this one is. Your skills, what you're good at. But then you start questioning, what am I good at? I don't know. I'm not good at anything. Because you can't think, things come so easy to you, are such a gift to you, so easy to you, that you just don't see how valuable they are. And it takes a little bit of, unraveling to go into this soul searching, which is really powerful. And if you don't know what to write, because again, resistance shows up, take time to meditate, right? Create space to go, to be silent, to do a meditation, to get out of the ego and connect more with your heart and with your soul. Because we all know resistance comes from the ego. It brings doubts, it brings that negative chatter. And when we are too much in that mind voice, then we don't connect with our soul as much. So when you start struggling to know what to write, it's a sign that you are in your mind and not in your heart. So create space for silence, meditate, or listen. If you don't want to meditate, just listen to some relaxing music and just, create that space, and then revisit the question from this more grounded place. And the thing that I recommend, which I always recommend to my clients that do the journaling workshops, is to write without thinking. Don't stop. 15 minutes writing without stopping. Don't stop to correct grammar errors. Don't stop to reread so you don't lose your train of thought. It doesn't matter, because that's the thing. We don't want a train of thought. We want to channel. We want the things to come from source. So don't, for 15 minutes, just write without stopping. Okay, that's a very good tip that I have for you. So way number 2 is about, a part of truly knowing yourself at a soul level is to consistently go within and feel the truth of who you are. And that's so deep. And you can recognize and experience your true self in the quiet times. Again, the soul speaks in whispers. You don't hear the whispers when there is too much noise. The key thing to be able to connect with our souls and to hear our souls is to create space for silence. And with that, I'm not saying that you become a hermit and you go off grid and you become this very, go for solitude without speaking with anyone, without being distracted by anything. No, we know that that's not realistic. But there are times during your day, or at least once a week, that you can take some space for reflection. Just creating that ritual or routine to create a quiet time without being on your phone scrolling, without the TV on. If you are very connected with your senses, it might help that you light up a candle or an incense. If you are like me, like you enjoy your crystals, you can surround yourself with crystals or with oracle cards. And if you struggle to meditate because you find that your mind gets very active, one way of doing meditation is doing guided meditations, and you can find loads of guided meditations on YouTube, and you don't pay for it, because then you are like more focused on the steps of what the person is telling you to do, rather than trying to just calm your mind on your own, and then you get lost in your train of thoughts. So that might be a helpful tip for you. But even if you struggle to meditate, or you find resistance to it, again, you can just put relaxing music. Obviously not rock and roll and hardcore music, just relaxing music like nature sounds, things like that. But the best thing really is going in nature. If you have a garden, if you live near the beach, or a forest, or greenery, anything, or like a lake, or just a stream, like a river, stream, anything that connects you with nature, that's like the best. That's the best way to create this quiet time, so you can hear your soul. And then spending time alone with yourself in this peaceful and quiet space, because it allows your subconscious ideas to come to the surface. And it always brings to the surface, or also brings to the surface, your true feelings. Because again, you are more grounded and more connected with your soul than when you are in the noise and in the rush and all of those things. So yeah, I totally recommend that as a way of starting to go into a soul searching journey. Way number 3 is to do all the things that you love, all the things that bring you joy, all the things that light you up in your life. And that, not only that, when you do all those things, when you lose yourself in doing things that light you up and that you're passionate, it reveals who you are in your essence, in your soul essence. It just reveals the things that you absolutely love doing, and that you are talented on doing, the things that you are gifted on doing. That reveals your soul essence. Exposing yourself to either new situations and observing how you react or how you respond to them reveals what you like doing, what you dislike. So that alone already reveals a lot about your true essence. Because obviously we don't want to just keep in our bubble and keep doing the same things. No, we want to be a bit adventurous from time to time, try new things. But it's when we try new things or expose ourselves to new experiences and situations that we know, yeah, that's not really for me. Like, that's not my cup of tea. I don't like this. Or like, oh my gosh, I wish I have tried this sooner. Like, oh, I love this. Like, I know people that, for instance, never did anything crafty, and all of a sudden they went to do these pottery classes or sewing classes, and all of a sudden they found that they absolutely love doing that. But it's by trying and being curious about it that you actually find out if that's something that you like, and if it's something that, a talent or gift that your soul always had, but you have never created space to allow it to come to the surface. So that's a good way of, finding out what things are in your soul essence, that gifts and skills and passions and talents and strengths that your soul came to this lifetime already packed with it. Okay. And when you cultivate a new hobby or passion, or you go back to an old hobby or passion that you had, but then life got in the way and you disconnected from it, but when you go back to it and it brings you a sense of excitement, you will discover what really means to find yourself by experiencing these things, old and new, connecting with your heart chakra, connecting with the emotions, and therefore connecting with your soul. Because as you grow, as you get older, you grow, you change, you expand, and the searching for meaning in your life never stops. It never stops, especially when you start being curious about it, when you start searching for meaning in your life and searching for your true self. It doesn't stop. It's like a lifelong journey, because again, you are growing and you are evolving and you are expanding. And simply by tapping into what you enjoy opens up, that door to understanding more about the aspects of your inner self and remembering who you are at a soul essence. And that is what soul searching is all about. Way number 4 is to align yourself, and this is very important, with people who are on the same journey as you are, or people that are also interested or have a yearning to expand and to achieve more. People that are looking for living a more soul-led life in a way that it's more soul-led, that is more grounded, in a way that is not the old way. Like, I know there are a lot of people that they always lived in that certain way, and I know they might not be aware of it, but as we start understanding more about this, we can then spot things in other people. They get addicted. It is an addiction to drama, to toxicity, to the busyness. Being busy all the time, being busy all the time, or getting busy with things, with like things that happen around them that is not directly connected with them, but they feel like they need to get involved to be the rescuer, be the savior, be there for, and then get ingrained in all of these dramas that are happening. It's an addiction. It's the way that they want to feel needed. They want to feel people need them. They want to feel loved. It's not so much to get approval or appreciation. Some do, but most of times it's just they are so insecure about themselves and they are so scared, really, to be in the quiet times and doing this soul searching and knowing themselves, and perhaps being alone with themselves, that they get this addiction to always be involved in some sort of thing, some sort of drama, some sort of negativity, some sort of mission that it's not really their soul mission. It's not really even sometimes directed with them or to them, but they need to be there. It's a need, but in a need that is not a soul need, but it's a need that it comes from a wound, but they are not aware of it, right? So when you are connected or you spend a lot of time with people that are in that vibration, when you are trying to be in another vibration that's more calm, that's more grounded, that is more connected with your soul, when you don't feel like being involved in drama, it's for you anymore. Maybe it was before, but it's no longer something that you want to align with. And living in fear, living in worry, living in stress all the time, those people tend to suck your energy and bring your vibration down. And that's when you feel that you're doing all the things, but it seems like your life is not flowing. It seems like chaos always finds a way to you. It feels like you keep repeating, or the universe, it keeps showing you the same pattern, so you can heal another layer and another layer and another layer, because you are being dragged. Because emotionally, you're like, I want to be here, by being pulled, and then it creates that inner fear in you, like, I don't want to go back there, and you're resisting it. But that pull and push effect, and the resistance and the fear that is coming from you is pulling you away from your inner trust, from surrendering and from trusting, I'm here and I'm okay. I don't know what's going to happen, but I trust things will happen for my highest good. Right? So connecting or aligning with people that are on the same journey, they will help you lift you up. They will help you remember the vibration that you want to keep being on the path. Right? And searching for meaning alongside someone that is aware of the same belief, of the same values, ideas, the same, again, energetic vibration, it just can feel so much more supportive. It feels so much like easy that you're not alone, and you don't keep being pushed or dragged back into that state of your life that you've worked so hard to overcome. It took us so much energy to get out of that dark place, but it seems like circumstances keep happening and people keep showing up in your life that are on a different vibration, like a bit like a test. Like, are you really there, or do you need more healing? Let's invite you to look into this a little bit more, right? So connecting with people that are on the same vibration and that are on the same journey is key for this soul searching journey, because it can trigger a lot of things and can be a bit overwhelming. So having someone that is aware and that can help you and can support you and that can actually create space for you is definitely essential. I would say it is essential, especially if those people are part of your soul family. Especially that, because that's another thing. We have a soul family, people that reincarnate with us from lifetime to lifetime. Some of them, they are with us since we were born. Some of them, they are part of our soul family in a way that to challenge us, to challenge us and to make us heal our karmic cycles, and for us to learn our karmic lessons. And others is just to support us, lift us up, to help us move through phases in our life. So when we are in that stage, you'll find that your soul family always show up in your life at times that you need their support the most, to heal, to evolve in your soul journey. Every time you might be feeling very down and going through a dark night of the soul, or going through something very like really strong, like a trauma, like a loss or things like that, or even like when you are on your ascension, but people will show up in your life to support you in that, especially your soul family, and you will recognize your soul family straight away. Straight away, you will feel it. You'll know that. So fully feel your soul. Dive deeper than you ever thought possible. Live in the questioning, again, bringing that curiosity into your life, being curious about the things that are showing up in your life. And don't be afraid to meet your shadow aspects. They are necessary. They are part of who you are. And in your soul essence is what you have. So don't be afraid to meet it. Don't be afraid to look into it, to befriend it. Because everything boils down to creating a path with a clear direction that leads you to a positive mindset and to a soul-led life. To learning your karmic lessons, so you don't take these things in your next reincarnation. Our soul doesn't need to be living the same things over and over again if we make the effort now to fulfill the mission of our existence, that is to remember who we are at a soul level.